On this graph, they're asking us for increasing intervals, decreasing intervals, constant intervals, and domain. I want to start with domain because it's the simplest. All of these questions want x-coordinates. Domain wants any x-coordinate the graph could be including. So I'm going to start down here. The graph could go farther left than we see. The graph includes all of these x-coordinates. It does not include this red line, so it stops there, picks up again here. So we could say for our domain, we could say negative infinity all the way up until we get to 2. But it skips 2, so it goes around. I'm going to put this u. The u means it's and, but not including 2. Then it starts again from 2 to positive infinity. That's our domain. For increasing intervals and decreasing intervals, we always use curve brackets. But for domain, we can use a filled-in circle and a square bracket if we see it. But for increasing, we never can, because there has to be that point on the roller coaster where you're at the top and your hair is flying up and you're turning. So since there's a point where you're turning, we don't include turning points or inflection points. So I'm going to now color everything that's increasing on my graph. So let's see. Just starting at negative infinity down here, it's increasing all the way until it turns right here at this coordinate. So my first increasing section is negative infinity to negative 4. My second increasing section starts down here, but I'm not looking at the y-coordinate. I'm looking at the x-coordinate. So it starts at negative 1 and increases all the way up to 2. And again, that's it. There's no more increasing after that. So now for decreasing, it starts decreasing at this turning point at negative 4 and starts decreasing until I get to the next turning point, which is at negative 1. So decreasing negative 4 to negative 1. And then again, it starts decreasing right here at 2, all the way to infinity. And it's never constant, so we'll put does not exist for that. Does not exist. Pretend those are in different order. All right, that's all there is to that question. Here's another domain and range question. So for domain, you're looking for the shadow. The shadow of this line goes from negative 5 to 2. And for interval notation, if it includes negative 5, if that really is part of what you're talking about, you'll do a square bracket. For 2, it's not really part of the graph. It almost is, but not quite, so we'll do a curved bracket for that. And then for range, we're doing our y-coordinates, the ladder next to the graph. And so the lowest is 0, and the highest is about 2.8. So I'm going to say 2.8. Now, I have to put my 0 first, because I have to go in order. So 0, open circle, 2.8, square bracket. And this is decreasing the whole time. For this question, we're asked about the domain. There is no exclusion for this domain. This one's slowing down, but it's still going to continue forever. So our domain is negative infinity to infinity. For our range, it's the same thing. There's nothing stopping this graph. And so the range is negative infinity to infinity. And this whole entire time, the graph is increasing. It's slowing down, but it's never going to stop increasing.